show Untold Stories of the ER. You ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are real stories. The other one I'm on, which is ridiculous, is Sex Sent Me to the ER. Anybody seen that? The idiots involved in the sexual mishap actually appear on the screen. So she was on top and everything, and next thing I know, there was a big popping sound, and I fractured my penis. What? You're on national TV. Your kids, your wife, your everybody's watching you. Yeah, and they fixed it up there at the ER, and now when I'm at the urinal, I gotta look at the guy next to me because it's got a curve in it. Wow. They actually do that. You know, when you come to that ER, the first thing that happens to you, and all of you have been to the ER, if you haven't been, you're going to go. You may get taken by ambulance against your will, but you will be there. I'll see you. There are a couple of people here I saw last night that are here, actually. When you come there, the first thing that happens is you're going to have a thing called triage. And triage is where the nurse takes you in a little room. It's kind of like a no-care area, demilitarized, no care goes on here. And she's going to ask you, my favorite question, what seems to be the problem? What seems to be? Well, it seems like my finger got cut off with a bandsaw, and it seems like I got it here in a mason jar and it's bleeding. Oh, really? Well, what was your birth weight? And what drugs are you allergic to? Yakety, yakety, yak. Now, you're not sick enough to be seen. Go back in that waiting room where all those sick people are, and maybe you'll get sick enough to be seen, and we'll call you after several hours. The other thing we do is, we do a little covert IQ test on you. When the nurse takes you back to that little cubicle with the sliding curtains where you can hear everybody else and you're listening, what happened? You're listening to all that stuff. They take the gown and they throw that gown down there on the gurney, and they say, take off all your clothes, put the gown on with the opening to the back. 50% of you, maybe 60 in this group, maybe 70, are going to put that opening to the front. And when you put that opening to the front, we're going to drop your IQ by 30 points, and we're going to look at what you have to show us. And believe me, it's not always the best thing. Now, if you're a male and you can get that gown on and tie all three of the ties, you're either a chef or you're gay. If you can do it really quickly, you're a gay chef. Men can't tie that, and if you can tie it when you're female, you're not that sick. We don't really need to see you that quickly. Who comes to the ER? Well, let's think about this a minute. Fever babies, those of you that have children know what a fever baby is. That's a baby who's crying and screaming from their earache all night long. You're going to bring them to the ER. We see a lot of fever babies. And you're going to see old people. Now, old people is defined as 15 years older than you are at any given time. So there are not many old people around here. But when they do come in, I have a rule with the nurses. Before I'll see that old person, hold a mirror up to their face. If they don't fog it, not going to see them. So these old people come in, and the other people that come are women. Women will come. Men don't come to the ER. Men will only come to the ER of their own volition without being forced for two reasons. And I tell patients when I see them, if you can guess the two reasons, I'll give you a discount. In fact, I'm going to give you the first reason, something in their eye. If there's something in their eye, they will come to the ER. Now, if they're high or on drugs, they may not come till the next day with a big old swollen, funky-looking eye, but they will be there eventually. Something in their eye. Does anybody know the second reason that men will always come to the ER on their own?
Something's wrong with their penis.
What?
Penis.
Something below the waist? Young lady's getting hot here. A lot of people say it's the 4-hour erection. The 4-hour erection from the Viagra, which was mentioned earlier today. No. The wife may bring him in for that, but the men don't come for that. The wife doesn't want to get cystitis. She's going to bring the idiot in with the 4-hour erection. And by the way, we have a medical term for that 4-hour erection. It's called a monumental hard-on. That's the medical term. And what that means is, it's so turgid and so hard that if you push it down in front of you with both hands, your feet will fall out or behind your back, and you'll go face down. It's also called priapism. Priapism. But no, that's not the reason they'll come. Men won't come for that. In fact, men won't come for just about anything. I've seen guys get paralyzed on one side, put a sling on, get their wife's cane, and walk around. Well, I thought it'd get better if my face gripped and I couldn't. I'm not making that up. I am not making that up. Heart attack, they stay home for that. Bowel movements, men and women. That was brought up earlier today, and that's one of my favorite topics, because with women, and I've been married 41 years, never seen her go. She goes in there, she's out. The toilet paper, a lot of it is gone, but maybe, I don't know, maybe. Men go in there, they sit down, sports section, wow, they sit there. Now it's the iPad, that's pretty good. Be careful what you watch on there. Anyway, they sit in there, and a man 100% of the time will look at what was produced while he was on that stool. Am I right? 100% of the time they'll look. God damn. In fact, they will even check the smeared specimen, as we call it in medicine. Damn, is she? Every single time. Why do they look? There's something moving in there. It looks like blood or something in there. I hope it gets better. Married men over the age of 45 live 16 years longer than single men over the age of 45. And it's not because they're happy. It's because those of you sitting out there, that little Sheltie dog is nipping his dumb ass and making him go into the hospital to get his care. As my wife told me, Bob, if you don't go in for your colonoscopy, I kept putting it off, I'm never going to have another pap smear or mammogram, and we're both going to die of cancer because of you. I kept putting it off. Finally I went. The other thing about the ER that I think is very, very interesting is the drug seekers. Now, some of you may have had some experience with this going to the ER. We got the guy registered. It says on there, allergic to Toradol, allergic to Motrin, allergic to all the NSAIDs, and they're not sure what kind of pain medicine they got before, but they want to talk to you about getting some pain medicine because they have dental pain. So I go into and they don't have any toothpaste in their mouth because of what they've been doing out there on the street. So I'm going into the room, and what I like to do is I like to open the door quickly and see what they're doing in there. Because I know when you're sitting in that little room in there, you're messing with stuff, you're looking in the drawer, you're taking that little thing off the wall, you're looking at, I know what you're doing. So I like to open the door real quickly. You're supposed to knock it. It's hot for the drug guys. So I went in there the other day, and the guy has, I'm not making this up, the guy has the otoscope, that's the ear looker, in his ear, up against the mirror, like this, as I open the door. And he sees me, and he puts it back real quick, and goes, oh. So, the guy came in with a priapism the other day, and he had taken Viagra, and when you read that Viagra insert, it says, if you're going to use this product, keep away from small children. Well, what kind of guy do they think I am? Wait a minute. I know why it says that, because the guy with the priapism in room 6 is out in the hall now, and he's put the gown on backwards, and there are children around here. It's got the open front. Somebody cover their eyes. There could be an eye injury here. What's the dumbest question I've ever heard in the ER? There are a lot of dumb ones, but this one takes it. This happened 2 days ago. I am not making this stuff up. I hand the man the little container. I say, I'd like you to get a urine sample here. The instructions are here, and the bathroom's right there. Here, would you take this? He says, well, what should I put the urine in? And I said, you should cup your hands, pee in your hands, and run to the lab. Run to the lab. Thank you very much. That idea about the prostate thing, I'd like to talk to him about. That's pretty good.